Which end of a fragrance test strip are you actually supposed to spray? This side or this side? Because apparently nobody agrees and people will absolutely correct you no matter which one you use. These strips are traditionally called blotters or mouillettes, and perfumers use them to evaluate both finished fragrances and individual raw materials. The skinny end makes sense in a lab because it can be dipped into small vials without soaking the entire strip. That's where the idea comes from that the narrow end is the correct end. But most of us are not dipping raw materials in a perfume lab. We're spraying an atomizer. On a paddle style strip like this, the wide end is specifically useful because it gives the spray more surface area. The narrow end is better for dipping and the wide end is better for spraying. That's literally why this shape exists. So spraying the wide end is not wrong and spraying the skinny end is not going to destroy the fragrance either. The real point is to get the fragrance onto a clean, odorless paper, let the alcohol settle for around 10 seconds, and smell it from a little distance instead of shoving the wet strip directly into your nose. Then go back over it in time because the opening is only one part of the fragrance. The strip also does not tell you everything. It lets you evaluate the fragrance without your skin chemistry interfering, which is useful, but the real wear test still happens on skin. Heat, skin, environment, and time can change the experience. So which end should you spray? On a paddle style blotter, I'm using the wide end. More surface area, cleaner spray coverage, and the skinny end is still there if I ever decide to start dipping raw materials like an actual perfumer. The real answer is not you've been doing it wrong. It's that strips were designed for different methods and people turned a practical tool into some weird fragrance rule.